Hi everyone, it's Nikki here from Happy Hormones for Life, and today's Lunch and Learn is all about content creation. So, what is content creation? Well, we need to have content, we need to create content to put out there on the internet, especially now we're all online, um, to be visible, to show people what we do, how we help people, to raise our credibility, and to be as visible as possible, so that when your clients are ready to work with you, they've seen your face, they know you, and they know what you're about. So we need to create content. So once you know your niche, you then have scoped out the sort of content that you're going to be producing. Once you have your ideal client avatar, once you've done that work, you know who you're targeting, because that is absolutely critical. Because you can create, as an NT, you can create content till the cows come home on every single piece of nutrition or holistic living that we've ever come across. But that is not going to be very helpful if you're building a business, because you really need to target that for your niche and also for your ideal client. So if you've done that work on the avatar, you know the sort of person that you're targeting, and that is absolutely critical in creating the right content for them. And the next thing is your message. What are you about? What's your vision in this world? What is your unique spin on things? What is that message? And then that's going to filter through your content. So once you have all that, you can start to plan what you're actually going to create. So there's two types really of content I'm going to talk about today. The first one is your kind of regular content. So that's like, for me, it's weekly. I would always recommend you try and do a weekly piece of content, and that will be your email to your subscribers as well on your list. So this is mostly, it might be a blog, it might be a video, it'll be mostly your own content. Sometimes you can mix other things in, but mostly it's your stuff that you're creating and you're putting out there every single week to appeal to or to provide value for your ideal clients. So that's your weekly content. The second type of content is your ad hoc content, and this is where you're posting on social media, ad hoc, in addition to your weekly content. So the point here is to stay top of mind for people, so to build your credibility and to reach more people. So here you can get creative. You can kind of mix in, and you must actually mix in the personal with the professional in your content. So it's actually really, really important to show you as a whole, with personal stuff and work stuff, because it makes you human, and it massively builds that know, like, and trust factor. Nobody wants to go and work with a machine. You are your business. You are, it's you they're going to be working with. So they need to build up that know, like, and trust factor. And the easiest way to do that is to pepper in some personal stuff that's going along with the professional. It really works well, and it actually helps to be a little bit vulnerable and not perfect, and show your not perfect side. It really, really helps, so that people can relate, that you're not some unapproachable guru that knows everything. And we're all work in progress, aren't we? So let them show that things aren't 100% yet, or might never be, but you are doing all the things you know about, and you are you're doing the best you can. I would always use a mixture of platforms, so you can and formats within those platforms. So on Instagram, you've obviously got the feed, you've got stories, you've got IGTV, and you've got live. On Facebook, you've got the feed, your personal feed, you've got your page, you've got stories and live, obviously. On LinkedIn, you've got posts and you've got articles, so you can mix those as well. And I would just definitely prioritize the platform where your ideal clients are hanging out. So if your ideal client is under 35, 40, then they may be on Instagram more than Facebook. Or if they're sort of more professional, busy corporate people, they may be on LinkedIn. So prioritize that, but do play around with the other platforms as well, because sometimes it's not always that obvious. And also play around with the formats. So what might work in an Instagram feed might not work as a live or a story, and there's lots of different elements that you can play around with. So really just experiment with that and see what gets the best engagement. So some ideas for this ad hoc content. First of all, you can showcase your work. That's probably one of the most important things to do on a regular basis. We've got to do this, kind of mix it up, but do it regularly. So you want to showcase your work with clients. So you want social proof, which are testimonials. Best form of testimonials are videos, and even better, it's an interview with you. You can do on Zoom. I did a testimonial video last week, so do check that out. You want to showcase your work. So that might be going through how you work with people. You might want to go through some test results or something like that. They are really effective, actually. Go through your own test results or clients' test results with their permission, obviously, with no names or anything showing. But, explain what they show and why they're so useful. Showcase you, your credentials, your story. Why are you doing this? What's behind your business? What you've achieved for yourself, and your mission if you have one. That is something that you should be sharing on a regular basis. All three of those showcasing type posts are really, really helpful, because it just reminds people of your value. Another idea is to show kind of a more personal behind the scenes. So, you might want to show a picture of your office or what you're doing. So if you're filming or doing a Zoom call, you might want to take a screenshot of it, or get someone to take a picture of you in front of your laptop. You're working, and just, it's a nice way of showing people, what your environment is, if they can kind of imagine where you are when you're talking to them. So your office, your day, you might want to run through what you're doing, your routines, your food you're eating, that kind of stuff. It's all very interesting for people to get to know you and how you operate, and whether they're going to want to work with you or not. Another type of content post is asking for feedback. So this is something where you might want to go into a group or on your page, or just ask for feedback from people looking at your feed. So which design do you like best for this logo? Or I'm thinking about creating a program about this. Here are my couple of title options. Which one do you like best? Which book cover do you like best? Those kind of things can be really good for engagement. So getting people involved, feeling like they're sort of part of your journey as well. You can do surveys and polls. These can be really helpful if you're not getting a lot of traction with engagement. You can just put a poll out on Facebook. They've got, where you can create a poll, and ask your audience what they're struggling with. So what are their big pain points? What are they so frustrated about the most? And I did one of these a while back, and I was really surprised, actually. I think that I was always expecting weight gain to be the top symptom, and it actually came out to be brain fog. So that then I did a blog following in the next couple of weeks or something on brain fog, because it was such a big thing. So I went back into the group and said, you asked for more information on a lot of you are struggling with this, so I've written a blog on this. So it kind of makes it look like you're kind of listening to them as well, and you're responding to their needs. Another idea is for you want to build your expertise in your niche. So you want to give your expert opinions quite regularly. So things like news articles, latest research, someone else's post that they've or someone else's book, or someone else's products or supplements or events. You can put your expert opinion on those things and share them, and obviously tag people as well, which is a great way of extending the reach of your article, because they might share it for you. And it's just a way of curating content that's not yours, so it's easy. Someone else has already gone to the trouble of creating something. It's still relevant to your avatar, but you're sharing somebody else's. So you're actually sort of becoming a hub for your niche, and the content that's produced around that. Awareness days, awareness weeks, awareness months, those kind of things around your niche, you should know about those and have them in your diary and your calendar, so that you can create content around those, and with the relevant hashtags and all of that stuff. So that's all the sort of ad hoc content ideas. There's lots more, but those kind of be enough to keep you going for a while. And then the new content stuff is where the weekly regular content is what you're putting out. That could be your blog or your video. And this is all based around your niche and all the topics you could talk about relating to your niche. So this is content that you're creating. Now, there are going to be hundreds of topics. So, you need to take time to plan in those topics according to the relevant months or you know, where you've got gaps in your calendar, but definitely take some time to plan that in so that you're not turning up every week going, oh my God, what am I going to write about this week? You've got something in the diary that you're going to write about or talk about, and that's all planned in. You can change it, it's not fixed, but you know, it's much more important to have something planned in so that you're not overwhelmed when it comes to every week thinking about what you're going to do. And really, really important to repost your old content. So go back and look at the blogs you've written and the videos that you've done and just freshen them up and put them out there again. I can guarantee you nobody's going to remember it. You might, but loads of people, you know, how much content do we get bombarded with? People are not going to remember that you did a blog last year on something and you just, you know, reshared it. So definitely, if you've already got content, make the most of that and just keep pumping out that content. The key here with all content is consistency. So make sure you're doing something weekly or 2 weekly if you can't manage the weekly. That's your stuff. And then make sure that you're consistently just peppering your social media channels and posts and various things that might be interesting for your ideal client. And always, always have your ideal client at the back of your mind. So when you're creating a piece of content, ask yourself, would my ideal client is Annie, she's menopausal, would Annie be interested in this? And if not, really think about why you're writing that post and what it's going to actually do for you. Always, always have a call to action on every piece of content that you're writing or speaking. Always have a call to action. So whether that's to, you know, go to your website or click on a blog or book a call with you or download your freebie, whatever it is, put a call to action on each piece of content. And don't forget to repurpose every piece of new content that you create. Go back to the repurposing video that I did a while back about how to do that. So every bit of content that you're creating can be repurposed in lots and lots of different ways so that you're not constantly creating, because that can be quite exhausting. So I hope that was useful today, and I will talk. And if you obviously have any questions on anything, pop them in the comments. And I'll see you soon.